You can only watch it for the first time once. It'll be interesting to see what we catch and what we don't.
This is our only first time.
We know that it's a serialized show.
Have you ever played the video game Mass Effect?
Okay, Tolkien, chill
Putting
out.
some little breadcrumbs.
Jean Paré Chuckle Nugget. This is where Babylon
Question.
5 is becoming Babylon 5.
We have the most incredible community out there.
Feels like we're going to continue to go down this rabbit hole.
I was right.
Just trying to put the pieces together.
I was right.
I'm the king, baby.
What? Are you kidding me? Here I go back to Doom, as I often
We're officially into it, Jeff. 100%
So good.
It was so completely accurate.
That was great. I love that.
Definitive ranking. I can keep watching the show.
I love it so much.
The year is 2026. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5, for the second time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the second time. My name is Brent Allen.
And my name is Jeff Akin. Brent and I used to be Star Trek podcasters, but then we watched Babylon 5 for the first time and everything changed. So now we're watching this incredible series for the second time because Babylon 5 is a series that you get to watch for the first time twice.
But we're still searching for those sci-fi messages, the things that hold up a mirror to society, give us hope that things can be better in the future. It just shows how to be better human beings to one another. That being said, real talk. If this is your first time here, welcome. Every episode's somebody's first time, and we are glad you made this one yours. Unless you're a first-time watcher. Not here of the Bad Nerds, but of Babylon 5. If you've never seen Babylon 5, this is your warning to get off. Not of Babylon 5, but to get off this show for right now. In fact, stay on this show. Just go back up to the first watch because that one is completely spoiler-free. Jeff and I have been through this series. We know exactly where this is going. We know exactly what's going to happen, which means anything from any point in the timeline, in universe, out of universe, canon, non-canon, whatever, it's all fair game for Jeff and I to talk about. We will be talking about it, so consider yourself warned.
I find myself duly warned, and I'll see you later. I've never seen it before. I don't want any spoilers. That'd be a twist on the show, wouldn't it?
We're going to do Babylon 5 for the second time, but neither of us have seen it for the first time.
That's why I'm going to start my own podcast called Voice of the Resistance, which, Brent, happens in the episode we're watching today called Conflicts of Interest. When we actually did watch this the first time, it's a real thing that happened. We played a game where we predicted what was going to be, the next episode was going to be about based on the title alone. What did you predict that this episode was going to be about?
I said that this was going to be like the smugglers. Remember when Ivanova was shaking down the smugglers? And what wasn't the last episode? 2 episodes ago, wasn't it?
That was Racing Mars.
Yeah, it was 2 episodes ago, and they're gonna have a conflict between what they agreed to do and basically their own personal jobs, right? And they're going to have to decide that because turns out that can't just be a throwaway thing.
Yeah, there's no way. It's
Like,
got to
we
play.
have to see they're going to come back and play a major role, right?
Mm-hmm,
like,
absolutely.
So that's what it's got to be. They're trying to figure out if they actually want to be a part of this new thing that's going on with Babylon 5. What'd you say, Jeff?
I said this is going to be set up the Voice of the Resistance. Ivanova's going to be out there podcasting to the galaxy, which is going to pique the interest of a specific individual. If you remember Malcolm Biggs from season 1, Ivanova's old flame. And I figured Malcolm Biggs and Home Guard were going to make their way back onto Babylon 5.
You're a good guesser, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So that's what we thought might happen. Why don't we take a look, not just at what really happened, but also what we said about this the first time around.
Previously on Babylon 5 for the first time.
Conflicts of interest.
This was a roller coaster ride episode for Garibaldi.
Right.
I loved him reuniting Dude and his daughter. I hated him making it personal with Zach. I loved him being honest with his feelings, about his feelings with Lise.
Yeah.
But I hated him blatantly violating rules and regs. I loved him being incredible at his job. Honestly, I kind of don't care about him and Sheridan so much anymore.
No.
Yeah.
The best thing that can happen to Garibaldi right now is he leaves Babylon 5, goes and does his job somewhere else. I seriously hope that this is just serving the purpose of connecting Garibaldi to Edgar's. What I do not want to see is Garibaldi and Lise try to have a thing together. I do not want to see them falling in love and then something happens to her husband and now Garibaldi's coming in to take over because he's going to... I don't want to see any of that. Just, I'm okay if she really doesn't show back up and it's really Garibaldi and Edgar's.
Zach was great for him in this episode.
He needs to come back and
such a
apologize
friend.
to Zach. That was awful of Garibaldi to do that to him and lay that on him and put a guilt trip on him that just is completely unfair. And I'm just going, I hope that's not true Garibaldi. I hope that's whatever
The programming.
is programming is going on. Zathras. Because Zathras, Jeff, is like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Zathras.
I loved Zathras.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't much care for Zathras, but I loved Zathras. And it's great every time he shows up.
I hope this is not his last show on Babylon 5. This didn't need to be Zathras. There was no particular point to have Zathras in here except for pure, we love Zathras, let's put him in his fan service.
It was great.
It was fun, though. It was the highlight of the episode.
Then we got Sheridan trying to offer his services. Londo and Jakar were in a room together, and that was great.
And they were
loved
speaking civilly.
from an agreement as small as that, great things can come and grow.
Sure.
And so that community building that Delenn was talking about last week, he's putting into action. It really hit me where you got a Centauri, you have a Narn, and Sheridan standing between them just feeling like, guys, we got to come together. There's bigger stuff than any of us. And he was making a very compelling argument, but they listened. That's a big deal. That's Sheridan being awesome.
Come together right now over me. Hey, you know what that song's about?
What is that about?
Like there's 4 verses. How many members of the Beatles were there?
5, but 4 that people actually count.
Each verse is about it's about the members. Like the first verse is about Zathras, and then the second verse is about Zathras, and then the third one is Zathras, and then the fourth one's Zathras. Man,
I gotta tell you, I get so annoyed. Every thread on Reddit at some point devolves into exactly that. Oh, not Zathras, but Zathras, but Zathras. And I hearing myself say it there, I'm just like, oh my God, I stop making the joke. Stop. It's not helping the joke by continuing to tell the joke all the time.
I hear every word you're saying, and I summarily reject it.
Which everyone does. I'm the odd man out here who's like, too much Zathras or whatever. But, like I said last week, we can all think differently about things, and doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong.
Yes. And by the way, Delenn, our Delenn, who so graciously edits all those recap videos for us, has apologized for being the one who set me off singing, to which I say, Delenn, that is not nearly enough of an apology at all. You should be so sorry for making me sing. I think you owe everybody.
I don't think that she's nearly as sorry as we are that happened. Well, Brent, we're going to see the origin of this joke. That's going to happen. There's a lot of Garibaldi stuff in there that came up that I don't really remember, like especially him and Zach and stuff.
Actually, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember last week when I was like, yeah, tell me what happened in this episode because I don't remember. I hear all that and I'm like, oh, yeah, now I got this one. Okay. All right.
So what do you say we dive into it?
Let's get into it.
So what's about to happen is we're going to open up the episode. We're going to bring it up here. We're going to watch it. You're going to watch it with us. We're all going to be sitting down watching conflicts of interest together. The difference is Brent and I are going to be talking pretty much through the whole episode saying, oh, look at that. Look at that. What do you think about this? Oh, I think that about that. Why you don't think you're wrong? I think this. Through the whole thing. We may pull in some messages, all those kinds of things. We're going to edit the version on YouTube. So it's kind of like one of those reaction videos that you see. The unedited version with all of this stuff, the silences, and then some of those like run-ons or fun conversations that maybe didn't make the cut for whatever reason for YouTube. Those are all available on our Patreon page at patreon.com/badnerds.
Hey, listen, if you're listening to us on an audio podcasting platform, don't worry, we got you covered. You're going to be there for every bit of those conversations that happen, and we might even give you some stuff in there to help give you context about what we were saying. So, Jeff, why don't we dive into this episode?
Accessing file.
Garibaldi, I got your message. Okay, fine. So another pointless meeting.
I love this whole interaction.
Take off. I'll call you if I find out anything, all right?
And all I get
This is like that reminder that Garibaldi's
when you want more money,
awesome.
more information. The same old questions over and over.
Turn around.
Turn around every now and then. My daughter comes so much closer and I give her a hug because turn around.
Sorry, Dylan, that one was not your fault.
Are you all right, baby? didn't you tell me?
Because then I wouldn't have been able to see this.
Because
Gotta make
he's a
the job worth
sick
doing.
individual.
Which reminds me, I've got your bill here somewhere.
You paid money to find me?
Mr. Garibaldi, there seems to be an error.
What are you talking about? I've never overcharged anybody in my life.
No, the bill. It's 1/3 your fee.
Why don't we just let it go with 30%?
See, Bester still let him be awesome. They still
Don't tell
that.
anyone.
That's called being a
Wrong
human
about
being.
you, Garibaldi.
Yeah. Rammstein's going to be like, why were you being so nice?
Who's there?
We're not nice. We're the bad guys.
Why don't we wait till it gets a little quieter, then we'll have a little talk with Mr. Garibaldi.
Watching these credits, I'm like, Veer?
I miss Jakar.
Yeah, I'm like, who are these alien people? I don't
Malari.
recognize
Yeah, who's that guy? Mm-hmm. They're saving him. They got to save him, right?
Yeah.
Because they can only get him like 13 episodes a season.
Yeah. And we're doing the Earth stuff. They would just distract from the Earth stuff.
Yeah.
There are several hundred unpleasant things I've been avoiding doing since I got back from Zahadum.
They're mostly the things that are my job.
Garibaldi's file. When he resigned as chief of security, regulations required that he turn in his link, his identicard, and his weapon. This has not been done. Why?
I'm just saying. Sheridan is speaking like a man who has lost his woohoo.
He is, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Now, Dylan's been gone, what?
8 hours?
Couple of days, maybe a
She
few
left,
hours.
She left in the morning.
like, dude,
I just don't know what to do with myself.
right? So he's just going to be a jerk to everybody. Like,
I have existential defeat that I got to deal with here.
I hate to boil it down to that, but that's what he's coming across as to me right now. There is no reason for him to do this to Garibaldi right now.
So, correct. Also, this should have happened to Garibaldi weeks ago.
Sure, but there's no reason for it to suddenly happen right now and to get all demandy about it right now.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, I agree with what we both said in our first watch. He should handle this one. It is unfair for him to send this over to Zach. Yeah. Although, maybe not, because it is Zach's job.
So I want to work, because I thought through that. I'm just like, it makes sense for Sheridan to do this. Also, he knows that there's already conflict. Like, he's just going to walk in the room and it's going to be escalated. Mm-hmm. So, okay, it's a Zach thing. But also, like, is it a Zach thing? Because it's kind of, this. Actually, it is a Zach thing because he should have done it weeks ago. Zach's the one that made the call to not do it. Yes, Sheridan should have been like, hey, did this thing happen? But it was Zach's job. He's the one who needs to do this.
That's the thing. I was actually just saying, I was like, actually, no, I think this is Zach's job. And Sheridan's doing the right thing. But to suddenly just be pushing him now for no real apparent reason. This is where Sheridan needs to call Zach and be like, hey, so this thing happened. We need to talk to him. And like Sheridan is pushing hard on this rather than just being like, yeah, we actually got to do that.
Yeah. I would be like, this needs to happen. I'm concerned it didn't happen before, but we're not worried about that now. It needs to happen.
I don't think Sheridan's concerned at all that it didn't happen before.
I know.
Sheridan knows why it didn't happen. Maybe he's going to come back. Zach didn't know that he was actually the new full head of security and had to do this to his former boss.
That's a good point.
Like, he wasn't there. Like, and then so much time has gone on without anything ever actually being mentioned about it. That
what's the big deal?
Do we think that this is where are we past that spot? Like, this is where Sheridan is coming and be like, hey, listen, I know we thought maybe he'd be coming back and we were kind of extending some grace, but look, he's not. And we need to exit interview him.
Yeah. So when do you think you can have this done, Zach? Mm-hmm. And that's it. And Zach will be like, I can take care of that this afternoon. Awesome.
Also, if I did it, bad stuff would happen, and this is your job now. Like, and that's a thing. That's a great call up for a guy to be like, hey, no, actually, this is your job now. Mm-hmm. Like, this head of security thing, this is you, and I'm gonna put you to this because honestly, if it's me, then bad stuff's gonna happen. Yeah.
Captain, can I ask why the rush?
There you go.
Just because.
Oh, I told you.
I don't like the company he's been keeping.
I told you, Delen's gone. I have nothing left to do but ruminate on all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like what you've done with the place, Susan.
Stephen, welcome to the Voice of the Resistance. Yeah. When'd you get back?
Oh, about an hour ago.
And how was Mars?
By contrast, Franklin is acting like somebody who's just got his woohoo.
Oh, just hanging out. Want to see what she was up to.
Commander Sinclair.
Good point. The ISN uses tachyon relay stations to boost the signal through hyperspace.
Tachyon relay.
Without that,
oh my word,
signals would take years to get from Earth to here.
What about Epsilon 3?
I feel like Franklin's one of us.
A lot of the wounded down there for safekeeping. Now,
he's the one in every situation brings up Epsilon 3. Like, and I think he's talking about it now when they had all the wounded Narn and stuff coming, when they needed to hide people. He's like, what about the planet literally right below us? And everyone's like, what are you even talking about? The only one who's kept tabs on it.
I spend a lot of time looking around. There's enough power.
Physics break. The messages use tachyon particles to carry. That's an interesting concept.
Okay.
Way better than the idea of subspace. Okay. Do you know what a tachyon is? Like in real life? Do you know what tachyons are?
I don't.
Okay, first of all, they're a theoretical particle. We don't know that they actually exist. But basically, they're particles that travel. The minimum speed they travel is the speed of light, and they actually go faster. Because of that, so for us on this side of the speed of light, the closer you approach speed of light, the slower time goes to outside observers, right? To you, everything's happening just all at the exact same time. The idea of a tachyon is those are particles on the other side of the speed of light, where the slowest they could possibly go is the speed of light, and so they go forward. And so the concept of a tachyon is for tachyons, time actually moves backwards.
Oh, okay.
Which is why tachyons in sci-fi everywhere are always associated with time travel. So the idea that you're using a tachyon particle to carry messages that would otherwise take years, because literally it's like the message is already there before we send it.
Yeah.
Because it's got it's an interesting, effect preceding the cause type situation for where that goes. Anyway, it's got my brain spinning. I'm like, how would that actually work?
It's also from like a propaganda standpoint, because it sounds like I could send a message, I could do a thing and then send a message justifying the thing before I did the thing, but after I did the thing, because I could have already happened.
Or,
by the way, it is tachyons that we use to send or to use and go talk to Joe.
That's the thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's I know you just know that we're doing it. You don't know how. That's actually how we're doing it.
I figured it was chronotons.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's just dumb sci-fi.
That's dumb, stupid Star Trek stuff. Yeah, tachyons is really where
that's
it's at.
The thing. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you could do that.
Ben, ISN, bringing you all the news before it happens.
Only a complete fool would fail to see that.
Well,
Spaceballs, the news.
It's absolutely obvious.
Scares the hell out of me sometimes, but I do like her. Just don't tell her that, right?
Exactly. How do you like her?
Right. Like,
although you're kind of cool these days, so I might be okay with it.
Oh, that guy's like, do I need to call HR?
Hey, Chief. Well, not so good.
Yeah, it was going well until this morning.
Captain sent me to talk to you.
It is entirely inappropriate for Garibaldi to argue this.
Yep. And Garibaldi should understand that.
He does, which is why he has a second one strapped around his ankle right now.
True. And Zach knows it.
Well, dang.
Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
So Garibaldi watching this particular Looney Tunes episode. This is from the episode Duck Amuck.
No, really?
Yep.
Okay.
It's about Daffy being manipulated and toyed with by vast and powerful forces. In this case, Bugs Bunny. But it's just very much Garibaldi.
I love it.
All right. Enough is enough. This is the final, the very, very last straw. Who is responsible for this?
Funny how it's cute and funny when it's Bugs. Not so much when it's Bester.
Your timing sucks. Shuttle 1, you are cleared for atmospheric insertion.
Roger that, CNC.
So this upcoming scene with her and Zathras, I want to watch really closely. JMS says it was a one-shot with no flubs, and they used the first take between the two of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drawl is very busy. Have had 4 ground quakes on other side of planet, covering all possibilities. Zathras does not want you being confused.
Confused.
Wait a minute. You're not supposed to be here. We left you 1,000 years in the past.
No. No, you did not meet Zathras. You met Zathras.
Let's try this again.
As you wish.
Zathras came with us to Babylon 4.
Yes.
As you
Zathras
wish.
stayed in the past with Valen.
There are 10 of us, all of family Zathras, each one named Zathras. Slight differences in how you pronounce Zathras. Zathras. You are seeing now.
There are 10 of you?
Yes. What can Zathras be doing for you?
Because this isn't just the two actors. This is also your cameraman, your lighting grips, like everybody, your sound guys.
Ready? Zathras fixed now. Go this way.
This almost feels like somebody other than Tim Choate playing Zathras.
Well, because it's a different Zathras. So JMS, as he was writing this up, said he would have loved to do a Zathras TV show.
Yeah.
But validating good old Jeff's view here, he said it would never work because after 10 minutes, you'd want to beat the lead character to death with a shovel.
You know, I said in my recap that I hoped this wasn't the last time we saw of Zathras. We know this is the last time we see Zathras in the show. We got the perfect amount of Zathras.
Exactly. Yes.
Not too much, not too little. I think we got just the right amount to make you just want more and not want to murder him either.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Mega, in which case apparently you do want to murder. All right, that is impressive that was a one-shot take.
That was very, Garibaldi needs to nope out right now. Just nope and walk away.
Please.
Yeah, except
I don't understand.
everything he wants is to talk to her right now.
We've got a good life here. We've got history. You've met this Sinclair character twice, and now you're off to Babylon 5, just like that.
You know, one of the things about this is it just shows that Garibaldi has kind of always, or at least for a couple years, been looking for his exit.
It's Lise Hampton Edgar's.
If there's one thing I've learned, as soon as you start talking about the end or start talking about moving on, in your head, you're making those moves already.
You're already there.
It's not long before you actually fully, or perhaps it shouldn't be long before you
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be hey, I've made this decision, and then I'm going to string you along for like 18 months trying to get you to like do things and saying I'm doing things, and that's not the way to do it.
All things come to an end.
Yes.
Right. I remember the NFL podcast that I was on. It took me probably close to a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Before, like I started talking about, okay, there's going to come a day when I'm out. I'm not going to be here anymore. Do I want to keep doing this? Do it? Like I started having all those questions, and it took me about 2 years to get to a spot where I was ready to walk away from it. But for those 2 years, I was not
fully
as in as I should have been. And it was the more we went, the more wildly successful it was. Like it like I felt trapped by the success of the show. Like it was so hard to walk away from, and the stuff we were doing was incredible. The access to stuff we were getting was phenomenal. But so I would say that'd be an interesting thing to do on a third watch, not here on this show, but like just for personal reasons. From season 2 to season 4, watch for where Garibaldi is kind of not necessarily in all the way. Lise telling him to go away and that she's married and having a kid and all that sort of stuff, that's what kept him.
Yeah, exactly. Although it's a pretty definitive no.
Sure. But what else would he have done in that moment, right?
So you want to tell me what happened, or shall I just make something up?
So, but once he finally got a reason to leave,
they didn't tell me,
and had an option to go to.
He's a decent, caring man.
How does someone like her just run into and meet William Edgars?
Now, it's Lise Hampton Edgars.
They meet in the fruit aisle at the grocery store.
Yeah, just
her husband's
as
name
he
is
does.
Bill.
How come she doesn't have her other husband's name? Like, what was his last name?
Everything's set. You two ready?
Couldn't be readier.
More ready.
Miss Edgars?
He doesn't have to be such a jerk. Like, I get being hurt or confused or whatever, but you don't got to be a jerk.
So how much of that is actually him versus how much of that is still the stuff from Bester?
I think it's him.
Yeah, what was done, it's quite astonishing.
Well, he's very bitter about it.
Who are these guys?
Oh.
What is this?
We've never seen them before. I'm surprised they're even talking.
They're not even
I need you
human.
both in here for this.
What's
please.
happening?
Now, look, by now, both of you have heard of the raids against commercial transports along the borders of the non-aligned worlds.
Then they won't be involved in military campaigns, border wars.
That's not their mandate.
You are playing a dangerous game, Captain.
That's why I called you here.
It's got great intent. Like, it's a
Everyone
good
knows
idea.
To allow this would be a sign of weakness.
Or a signal that it's time to put our differences behind us and try to build something for a change. Look, it's easy to come together for a common enemy. Now our job is to come together for a common goal.
We talked about this the first time, so I'm not going to dive into it so deeply, but that's such a profound statement. You know, how easily we can unite against a common enemy, but we are so bad at uniting against for a common goal. We can unite against a thing, but not for a thing.
So I was just thinking that. And let's go ahead and have this conversation since we're stopped.
Okay.
Now, the way I wrote it was, it's easy to come together against a common enemy. Now it's time to come together for a common goal. Jeff, what's he doing here? What's Sheridan doing right now?
Building a community.
Mm-hmm. He's doing actually what Dylan told him to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a really good roadmap to how you rebuild. Okay. I don't think it's any... I don't think it's any stretch of the imagination to say that our world and even our own country, and I'm sure other people could probably say something similar about their own countries, maybe not all, but some, are more divided than they've ever been, or at least it feels like that.
Feels like it, at least, yeah.
I know here it really feels like it's like 51-49. Like we're pretty down the middle with stuff, which is kind of, and those two sides seem to be getting further and further apart. And the leaders of the two sides basically do the they're the enemy. That's the enemy. They rally their people against a common enemy.
Against, yes.
The common enemy, right? But I know the question on so many people's minds is, and Dylan, who lives in the UK, says the UK is very divided and it's getting worse. How do we build those bridges back? How do we come back? Because your other answer is, each side keeps getting more powerful until one can literally just obliterate the other side. Then you have a monopoly in government, and we know monopolies aren't good. Like in any situation, it's just not, right? Like the power is in our diversity as people,
right?
As a nation, yes, but also as a world. That's the community. Okay, this is how. You know what doesn't work? That we're just not going to play the game anymore. As much as I would love for that to be the thing. That doesn't work in the real world. You know what does work in the real world, though? Bringing people together for a common goal, right? Hey, super far right people. Hey, super far left people. You guys have been split over a lot. How about we come together for a common goal? Start there. What is the goal that we can come together over? You know, that's the thing to find. That's how we build community. It's come together for a common goal.
And that common goal can't be to be against something.
Yeah.
Our common goal is to get rid of those people. Yeah. That's not how it works. The common goal, is what is a thing, and I like that using far right, far left as the example. What is a thing we both want? Because there's something.
There's going to be something.
What is it?
And that's the trick.
Yeah. This is a security override. Cancel all identicards and station clearances belonging to Michael Garibaldi.
Wherever Garibaldi gets caught right now, that's his fault.
100%. Yes.
Also, why didn't Zach do that the first time?
Because if he's got two guns, right? Yeah. Or just, dude, you're so right. We have a procedure in my office that when someone departs, good, bad, or indifferent, the step one is to deactivate their badge. Whether we've retrieved it or not, just bloop.
Deactivate it. I'll never forget when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fired Tony Dungy. He went to the building, his card wouldn't work. There's a video of somebody for the Jets. I forget who the player was, but he's walking up to the building and he tries to do a security card and it won't work. And he's like, I guess they cut me. That's how he found out he got cut, was because his card wouldn't work. Sure enough, they called him in and said, bring in your playbook.
Babylon 5 needs off-boarding procedures.
I think they have them. They just didn't follow them.
I don't like meeting out in the open like this.
This stuff is extremely difficult to produce. What's in that container is the product of 5 years hard work and cost $500,000 credits.
Is being a telepath.
So I had orders to only give it to Mr.
I like
Edgar's
Garibaldi doing that math in real time. Like, we are not safe here.
That's an interesting little move.
No, it was you.
Watch Garibaldi, specifically as he stands up.
We can't afford...
Yeah, look, I think we better get out of here. I don't like some of the looks we're starting to get.
I know you.
Dude, he just grabbed her by the elbow.
Yep.
It was like, Now, admittedly, when I first saw her look down, I thought she was like, what are you doing? No, turns out she was just putting something in her pocket.
Yeah.
But still, like, he's on it.
That's security officer Garibaldi stepping in.
Nah, it was you.
Peekaboo.
He's got all the John McClane vibes right now, man. Why did Garibaldi not shoot?
It's kind of weird. It's like...
Was that guy a telepath and Garibaldi just had a glitch from whatever Bester put in his head?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, because I've always assumed, and I think they actually say, like, he just can't harm Bester. He could harm anybody else, including other telepaths, right? Like,
yeah, I think that's what,
that shouldn't be the case, right?
But you were so scared you were broadcasting all over the place. They couldn't help but pick it up. Drowned out everything I was thinking.
That guy is
That's gotta be. That's the only way they could have known where we were going. Looks like cyanide.
Well, this is awkward.
Jeff, you have weapons training, right?
Yeah, some.
Okay. I have none, for the record. I've been to the shooting range a few times. A lot of fun. I'm a fan for it.
It is fun.
You're particularly law enforcement. Somebody comes in unexpectedly from around the corner. You've got your weapon in your hand. You turn around. That person is holding a gun pointed at you. What do you do?
A procedure would tell you to not shoot. They tell you to say so. For law enforcement?
Really?
The steps that you have to go through as law enforcement, my understanding, I'm not trained in law enforcement weapons handling, but my understanding is that lots has to happen before you can legally discharge your weapon.
I would love to know from somebody or multiple people from multiple places in law enforcement specifically, what do you do in that situation? Because I would think you turn around, you see somebody holding a gun pointed at you, that's immediate life-threatening, you shoot to kill. That's what I would think. No talking, no nothing. You just go. I kind of hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Maybe I'm not.
I'm sure in practice they just shoot. I mean, that's what would happen.
And that might be what I'm thinking, but I really would love to know because I don't know this one. I don't know. Send emails. I would love to. I would just what are the actual procedures that are prescribed in that situation? Because my point being, Garibaldi walking around the corner with his gun drawn, pointed out, does not necessarily stay the hand of somebody else. Although it looks great on TV.
A very long day.
Mr. Garibaldi.
Sheridan,
You operate on this station at my sufferance. I can shut you down if I choose to do so.
I mean, Garibaldi is brainwashed and programmed to make all this awful and whatever. But wow, Sheridan is just throwing gas on that fire at every opportunity.
Like I said, he seems like he's a little pent up.
Attachment team, did you copy that? Lise Hampton.
Not Lise Hampton. Edgar's?
Lise Hampton.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Right?
No, that's all over.
Don't do
Delete
it.
Message.
Oh, sad day.
Just let it go.
That is... Wow. Everybody's just dumb in this episode.
Yes, agreed.
You handled yourself well under pressure, and you saved the life of my wife.
I remember the first time thinking that Edgar's is actually Bester.
Oh, yeah?
And this is all a big setup sort of thing.
Rich man using his power and his money to get around the rules.
This is Commander Susan
Well, it's science
Ivanova,
fiction,
Babylon
so,
5. And this is the first official broadcast of the new voice of the Resistance. And the truth is back in business.
Are you ready to take your Babylon 5 for the first time experience to the next level? With our exclusive Patreon, you'll get access to all kinds of cool stuff that you can only find there. Our recording notes, unedited reaction videos, an exclusive Discord community. And you can even be listed as a producer of the show. Plus, we even offer exclusive meet and greets and hangouts. You won't find this kind of experience anywhere else. Get all these amazing benefits, plus the opportunity to interact with other fans from around the world. It's being part of a huge community where everyone shares the same appreciation for Babylon 5. Subscribe at patreon.com/Babylon5First. That's the number 5 and the word first to get access to these incredible benefits. That's patreon.com/Babylon5First. We can't wait to see you there. If I want to tell people that they've been getting a line of BS about all of us, I don't know that I would have a person who's left Earth, like it'd be like Sheridan showing up and being like, hey, everything you're hearing isn't true. just believe me. Ivanova's 1 degree from Sheridan.
Yeah.
It makes sense to us watching, but I don't know that she's a reliable narrator for anyone else.
Well, I mean, only for the people who believe her stuff. I was actually just thinking that, like, should people that broadcast and put out misinformation be allowed to do so? Like direct and distinct falsehoods.
Right? Yeah.
Should you be allowed to actually put out there that Tylenol causes autism when that is factually proven incorrect? Should you be allowed to do that?
No. It's why we have the regulations that we have.
Okay.
Flawed as they are.
Should you be allowed to go out and say so-and-so actually won the election and the whole thing was rigged?
Should you be allowed to make the accusation or state that it happened?
State that it happened.
No. But
over the morally, should we be allowed to do that?
Morally?
Should people stop us? Should the government, should laws prevent people from getting on microphones or getting in front of cameras or printing stuff and saying things that are factually untrue? That's not just their opinion, but stating things as fact that are factually untrue.
So I'll say morally, we should not do that. It's a huge can of worms, though. I'm curious where you're going, because like this really quickly turns into a thing of just like what we talked about a little bit last week. What determines if a thing is a fact or factually true? If you can't put out things that aren't factually true without a heading, or whatever, this is fiction or whatever, pretty much every religious text that exists couldn't be written or shared.
There are some people who believe that the earth is flat.
Yeah, there are.
Should they be allowed to get out and publish their findings and publish their beliefs? And they're going to state it for a fact that the earth is flat. That's how they're going to phrase it. And they believe it. It's not just that they're spreading misinformation and knowing that they're lying. They truly believe it.
It's a complicated question.
Okay, here's where I'm getting with that.
Yeah.
What Ivanova's doing is no different than a flat earther getting out and putting out their findings in their quote unquote set of facts.
Okay. How so?
So there's whatever's happening on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just coming in stating the truth is here. You've heard all this other stuff and that's all BS. This is the actual truth. This is what you've got to listen to. This is what's really happening. And she really believes that is the truth. President Clark arranged for the murder of Santiago.
Mm-hmm.
That's not known fact. That's not been proven in court. Now, we know that there's evidence that suggests that. We know that that's what happened because we're the viewers and we've been exposed to that, right? We know that Ivanova actually is right on this one. But to the wider community, she's not.
Well, that's right. I think
some hokey conspiracy theorist way out yonder in some weird, very far away thing that frankly doesn't really affect my day-to-day life.
I think we end up in the same place we were in lines of communication of just what is the truth? What is the facts? I mean, because in the last episode, I had a lot of problems with Franklin trying to make the case for Sheridan, the Mars resistance trusting Sheridan, because we know a lot of stuff about Sheridan. There's no reason for them to know, right? Like all the stuff with the Shadow War and everything else, they're probably peripherally aware there was a conflict, but they don't know all the other stuff that happened. And here we are privy to the fact that Ivanova is correct. What you are being told by ISN is completely fabricated and false, but they don't know that. So they're going to come at her and say, you can't say this because it's not true. But she's going to come at them and say, well, you can't say what you're saying because it's not true. Who's right? In the eyes of the public, and in the court of public opinion. In this case, it's ISN and the Clark regime that is wrong. They are the ones that are morally wrong.
Yeah.
They have been, we have objective evidence that they've been stretching the truth, creating the truth, fabricating things.
There is, the thing is I think you have to allow that sort of stuff to be out there. The only thing you can do is just present the other side. Like the only moral thing is, okay, yeah, Tylenol causes autism. That's what you're going to say. You're going to present your findings. Okay, here's literally everything that says that's bullshit. Pardon my language.
So I think here's where it gets different. If I state definitively Tylenol causes autism, full stop.
Yeah.
That is wrong. You cannot do that. If I say I've conducted these scientific experiments utilizing these control methods, and I can publish my findings in my abstract that state that give me reason to believe that Tylenol causes autism, that's okay. Because then someone else can say, well, here's all of the evidence that I have that says it does not. And
or
then
there's all the flaws in your methodology there.
Yeah. Like there's an actual conversation. We're not going to sit here and argue, does Tylenol cause autism or not? We're going to argue, do you have a scientifically, factually sound argument here, yes or no? And if you don't, then you don't get to say the thing, right? But I think if someone says, I have this theory, I have this belief, and I have these things to back it up, cool.
I would agree that if you're going to get out and say something, right, and you're going to say something as definitive fact, again, this is where I think you should be allowed to get out and say that sort of stuff. I also think that you should be accountable and be fully bet with the consequences of the things you say. And so if you're going to say it, you better come correct. So if you're going out and you're saying Tylenol causes autism, and especially if you got a big old microphone and big old platform, then you better be ready for the lawsuit from the makers of Tylenol, unless you can prove it.
Yes.
You know, you should be ready for the consequences of what's about to come at you.
But I guess, so yeah, legally, yeah, it's totally sound.
Right.
But it's the other consequences, the ripple consequences, like the person not medicating their child because they've been given this misinformation and the kid dies. Or the kid does develop a permanent disability because they're not treated in a way. Like, where does that person get held accountable for that? I mean, they get sued by Tylenol. Cool. Oh gosh, whatever. There's still real harm that has happened because of that misinformation.
And they should be liable for that harm that comes from their statements, i.e. Alex Jones and the stuff he said about Sandy Hook. I'm going to call him straight out.
Yeah. Also, he was nominally held accountable in word only, and nothing actually happened, and it was all kind of a big stupid show.
Well, he had stuff against him, and it shut down something for him, but he's still on the air with something else now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he lost nothing from that.
Yeah. But that's my point, is that my point in being here, what Ivanova's doing really is no different for the folks back on Earth or for the other half, because all she's doing is getting out saying, here's the truth. We're gonna be the ones that put out the truth. All that other stuff you're hearing, that's not the truth. We're the truth.
It's the same thing we saw with Franklin and the Mars resistance again. This guy took us down in the Mars riot, the food riots, and this. It's just two opposing viewpoints. This is true. No, that's a lie. This is true. So
and Nia points out, and I'm not fact checking this for Nia, so I'm just putting out what Nia is saying, right? Nia is saying that the Onion now owns the InfoWars IP and its website, and it's directly because of those lawsuits with Alex Jones, and the money from that purchase went to the victims. So a little more than nominal, Jeff?
No, it's still totally nominal in show. That didn't impact him in any way. Those were his businesses, and he felt zero negative impacts and is doing just fine. Because we're a thing that uses corporations and shadows and legalese or whatever. Yeah, some people got compensated a couple bucks. I mean, not more than a couple bucks. Someone made some pretty good, but he's fine. There was no accountability for as a person.
I mean, what are we going to throw him in jail because of it?
Maybe. No.
You and I both have very clearly stated what our opinions are of jail, and that would be a no. Yeah. That would be a no. So.
But yeah, I think, I hear what you're saying.
But
right?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying makes sense. And the only reason why we're okay with it is because we know she's actually saying the truth in this case. But to the average listener out there, the average person in a ship, all he can do is he can hear what Ivanova's saying. He can hear what the official word is from the Earth Force. And then he has to pick which one he believes.
Which I think gets down to the thing. Show me the proof. Show me the thing, right?
But that's how you get people on the side of Tylenol causes autism or not. I can't go do the research and the studies. Frankly, I can't even read the research and the studies because it's written in so much technical mumbo jumbo. I'm not going to understand it anyway. So I hear this person talk about it, or I hear Dr. Knock talk about it and tell me why that's an absolutely idiotic and dumb idea and debunking everything that they're saying. I get to choose. Do I listen to RFK Jr. or do I listen to Dr. Knock? By the way, listen to Dr. Knock.
Which gets, honestly, to, I mean, it's not in this episode, but it's more the root cause.
Yeah.
The problem is here that we've created a culture that deprioritizes education and critical thinking.
Oh, say that again.
We've created a culture that deprioritizes education and critical thinking.
Whoa.
This person with a title, let me be very clear and transparent on this. This old white man said this thing about it, so I believe it. But this other person who's an educated doctor who's been in the field says something completely different.
Yeah.
But this guy said it. I'm not going to, you know what, research? I did my own research. I watched other YouTube videos that people, you know, that's the thing. People, I think everything you're saying, and we talked about this in An Illusion of Truth, it all makes sense, provided people have the ability to objectively consume information and make critical decisions around it. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 85% of at least our country is not capable of doing that.
Here's the thing about the do your own research idea. I'm not going to say don't do your own research. You should go look it up.
Yeah,
you
right.
should go study it. But you know what every good research paper does? Cites its sources. Yep. If doing your own research means you now come back and you pontificate, you are to be discounted.
Yeah.
If you come back and you begin to explain and you bring your sources, now we have something we can talk about.
And to that point, a good research paper brings both sides.
Yeah. By the way, you don't just have to do this in a research paper. You can do this on social media. Here's the source of what I'm saying.
Right.
Now we can talk about whether or not that's a trustworthy source or not, but here's the source of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Instead of just like,
here's the thing.
Right. But my point still goes back to, I'm thinking of the guy in the ship who's just flying around out there in space, subspace somewhere, you know, or what is it? Hyperspace in this one. And he picks up this transmission, and are they going to be like, oh, that's a stupid flat earther? They should just, you know, that's just dumb. That's a conspiracy theorist out there.
Well, I think with their test pattern, yes, because it looks like a third grader put it together. Also, it is what test patterns look like. But
that's funny.
I'm sorry. I see that thing pop up, especially with the little picture of Clark and stuff on it. I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, and Katerina says it. Good sources, good news outlets bring sources from both sides.
Yep, exactly.
They explore it all the way through. I don't know. I didn't mean for this to devolve into that conversation outside of really, I was trying to keep this in the realm of Babylon 5. What Ivanova's doing is kind of crackpot, man. Like that's the way it comes across, right? But that's what happens with Resistance. And I think she should be if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to say Ivanova's allowed to do that, and Ivanova should be allowed to do that, then I also have to say all these other people over here that I think are just blooming idiots also should be allowed to say their stuff. My friend, you got to put this on the 100% completely. And I want to remind you, Jeff, this is with no sources whatsoever other than the sound of my voice, 100% completely accurate and definitive a ranking of a second watch of Babylon 5 for the second time, season 4. Where does this episode go? Jeff, I'm going to stick in the bottom half, just making a guess here.
Okay.
Because I just don't think we're anywhere near the top 5 yet. Number 6 is The Summoning. 7 is Falling Towards Apotheosis. 8, Illusion of Truth. 9, Lines of Communication. 10, Epiphanies. 11, Racing Mars. I know exactly where I would put this. Jeff, I need you to close your comments section for a moment.
All right. Give me a second to find the thing to do that. Done.
I'm putting this is where I would place it.
Okay.
For those in the chat.
This is fun.
I want to hear where you're going to place it. I have gone on record with our council chambers who are here with us. Mm-hmm. You are uninfluenced by this because you haven't seen it.
Right.
So you place this one. Let's see if you are correct or incorrect.
I feel this conflict between me ranking it how I want to and then me guessing what you would have ranked so that I can match that. But I'm going to rank it where I want it. And this is actually a pretty easy one for me. This was an interesting episode. And I think looking at it through the lens of what is to come, which is a big part of this second time watch, a lot of, especially the Lise Hampton, Edgar's, Franz stuff just carries so much more weight. Like there were some really cool seeds planted in this one. We really moved forward with a lot of the Garibaldi. Like this is real steps forward with this storyline. Brent, this is going to be our new number 9, right between the illusion of truth and lines of communication.
All right, Jeff, at your convenience, after you're done officially adding that into our ranking, I will let you open up your comments, and let's reveal where Brent said was the correct, what Brent said was the actual correct ranking.
Okay, Brent said the new number 9.
New number 9. There you go.
Look at that.
Oh, yes.
We rock.
Oh my gosh. We didn't plan that, y'all. We didn't plan that. Jeff, that is going to do it for conflicts of interest. We got another one on deck for next week as we're moving right along through season 4, through this lull of a deal. But I agree with you. This has been the best of the lull so far.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you know,
and Zathras helped with that quite a bit, to be honest. Frankly,
I love that you said that. I love that you said that.
A oneer with Ivanova and Zathras, like just the freaking talent that made that thing happen.
Right. I mean, dude, and look, Zathras is great, but Claudia having to act against that in one shot and not laugh and not like all of that.
Like, what's that stuff? You don't know what that dude's going to bring, right? Like
at any moment. Yeah. Especially when he starts the clicking noise that he does and all that sort of stuff. Oh my God, I would lose it. Anyway, next week on deck, rumors, bargains, and lies. Jeff, do you want, first of all, remember what this is anywhere near about at all? And do you remember what you thought of this episode? Good episode, bad episode? Did you love it, hate it? What do you remember from this one?
You know, what's funny is I even just thinking about this episode now for the second time, because this mirrors a lot of what happens in the 5th season when the Drock start working through the Centauri to attack other places, and then Sheridan, you know, is utilizing the ISA at that point to start, you know, trying to bring people together and basically how do we catch him in this thing? And that's what he's really doing in this episode as well. Telling people what they need to hear to get them into a place at the same time, ready to hear a certain thing and do certain things. The thing I remember the most about this episode that really stands out to me is a scene of Sheridan in the council chambers with that like sunbursty wall decoration behind him and just almost angelically standing in front of it as his whole plan kind of comes together and everyone's in that room at the same time ready to go. I have very fond memories of this episode, though I don't remember much outside of just him being like a little excited kid running around playing everybody in different ways, trying to get him to do what he wants to. What did you think of it?
Well, if I remember right, this is the first episode of the Minbari Civil War, or at least like it's where we kind of told that it's actually happening, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the actual Civil War itself. I think it's his like this is a thing.
There it is. I honestly don't fully remember this one and everything that happens. Again, we're in that spot where it all sort of runs together for me.
It does, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like as each episode goes by that I am liking the lull a bit more. And I'm still going to call this the lull, but I feel like I'm liking it a little bit more each time as we go through. Mm-hmm. So that's really kind of what I picked up. Yeah, that's it. My guess is I don't know. Our Delin would know this. She's already done the recap for us for next week. My guess is it's like I liked it. I can't say I loved it, but I probably really enjoyed it and liked it. It would be my guess.
Well, we're going to find out right here next week. We're getting some information from Nia in the Council Chambers chat. This is the beginning of the Minbari Civil War. We get Naroon.
All right.
And all that stuff. So
yeah,
very exciting and more of a reason for you to make sure you're subscribed to our show, that you're getting all the notifications, that you're catching stuff as it comes out. Would love to read your comments around this, your emails, all the different things around the conversation we have just had. If you want to have access to our unedited content, all the other content that we put together, that's all available at our Patreon page. There's links in the show notes. Would love to see you there. And if that's not a place that you can be right now and you still hear the calling of your heart, and it is to help out our little show here, the best way you can do that is to share this show. Just tell somebody else about it and have them check out our first or second watch, depending on where they are in their Babylon 5 journey. So until next week,
hey, Zathras.
Yeah, Zathras, what's up?
No. I'm not Zathras. It's Zathras.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Zathras.
You're just saying the same thing over and over again. No, listen. It is Zathras.
I know. Zathras.
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 I know it's Zathras, just like you said.
Would you listen to the words coming out of my mouth? Zathras.
Zathras.
No. You are Zathras. I am Zathras. Zathras.
Oh, I know I'm Zathras. I know. I can say my own name, and I'm saying yours just perfectly fine. Zathras.
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 I mean, we're not some deep space franchise. This station is about something.